Time controls us all, and we can't escape it. But what if, just for a little while, you could break free from time's grip? Imagine getting the chance to go back and fix some mistakes from your past. That's exactly what happens in our story today, where a surprising turn of events offers a glimpse into what could have been. Today is Amelia's 40th birthday, but she feels nothing to celebrate. At 18, she dreamed of a life filled with adventure and laughter. However, reality painted a different picture. Her days are repetitive and dull. She lives with her parents and works at a clothing store, a job she finds unexciting. Adding to her woes, she lacks friends and companionship, making her feel even more isolated. Today, things took a worse turn. Amelia's performance at work had been slipping, and the store owner decided to let her go. Feeling down and out, she heads to a local restaurant to drown her sorrows in a drink. As she sits there, a wave of excitement buzzes through the place. In walks Fiona, a well-known singer, there to pick up a large pizza order for her party. Fiona was once Amelia's closest friend. They shared the same birthday and many childhood celebrations. Their friendship was vibrant and joyful during those early years. However, as they grew older, they drifted apart. Despite the years and the distance between them, Fiona recognizes Amelia and offers a brief greeting before continuing on her way. This moment sends Amelia spiraling back to the happy times they once shared, now overshadowed by the stark reality of how much has changed, leaving her to reflect on the fractures that time has wrought in their once inseparable bond. Amelia's thoughts drift back to her 13th birthday, a day filled with joy and promises. She and Fiona had written their deepest wishes on pieces of paper, sealed them in a box, and buried it near the hills. They made a pact to return on their 18th birthday to unearth the box, read their childhood wishes, and write new ones together. However, their friendship fractured before they turned 18, and the box remained buried, untouched for decades. Now, on her 40th birthday, feeling utterly alone and heartbroken, Amelia decides to revisit the hills and dig up the box. It seems like the only way to reclaim a sliver of the happiness she once knew. With no one to celebrate her birthday and a series of disappointments weighing her down, she hopes this small act will provide some solace. Amelia hikes to the hills and eventually finds the spot where they buried the box so many years ago. As she unearths it, her hands tremble with a mix of anticipation and nostalgia. She opens the box and carefully takes out her note. Reading the words she wrote at 13, she feels a pang of emotion. Her wish was simple and heartfelt, to grow up to be a good person. Tears well up in her eyes as she reflects on whether she has lived up to that innocent, earnest hope. Next, she reaches for Fiona's note. Curiosity floods her mind. What had Fiona wished for back then? But before she can open it, a sudden gust of wind snatches the paper from her hands. Panic sets in as the note flutters away, carried by the breeze. Without thinking, Amelia chases after it, her focus entirely on retrieving the precious piece of her past. As she sprints after the note, Amelia loses awareness of her surroundings. In her desperate pursuit, she runs onto a road without noticing a truck speeding toward her. The impact is swift and brutal, and everything goes black. Moments later, Amelia's eyes flutter open. She gasps, disoriented and confused, to find herself not on the hills or the road, but in her own home. What's even more shocking is the scene before her. Her parents, beaming with joy, are celebrating her 18th birthday. Bewildered, Amelia glances around, struggling to comprehend how she could be here. Just moments ago, she had been chasing Fiona's note. She checks the date and freezes. It's 2002, the year she turned 18. Somehow the accident had catapulted her back in time. Yet when she looks in the mirror, she's startled to see her 40-year-old reflection staring back at her. Amelia is deeply puzzled by her sudden return to her 18-year-old life in 2002, looking 40 in the mirror, yet 18 to everyone else. As she's grappling with this reality, her old college friend Moo appears. Overjoyed and bewildered, Amelia reunites with her friend, and together they head to their college. The campus walk fills Amelia with a bittersweet nostalgia, especially when she spots her boyfriend from those years. She remembers how these were her happiest days, a stark contrast to her solitary future self. At college, Amelia and Moo prepare for a class presentation on Hinduism. Moo begins the presentation by explaining the Hindu concept of life and death as a cyclical process. Though the physical body perishes, the soul is reborn in a new form to amend past mistakes. Amelia, reflecting on these words, begins to wonder if her unexpected time travel and current predicament are akin to a rebirth, providing her a divine opportunity to reshape her life's trajectory. Later, the class moves to the drama room for a performance, where young young Fiona is on stage, ready to sing. Amelia's heart sinks as she watches the audience react. Unlike her past experiences, everyone starts to leave, finding Fiona odd. Knowing Fiona's future as a successful singer, Amelia feels a mix of empathy and frustration at their dismissal of her friend. As the room empties, Fiona's disappointment is palpable. After their college classes, Moo tells Amelia about the house party she's organized for Amelia's 18th birthday. Excited, Amelia joins everyone at the party and quickly gets swept up in the festivities. She notices Fiona at the party and tries to speak with her, but before she can, her boyfriend Max arrives. Max greets her with a kiss and starts chatting, which distracts Amelia from Fiona. Caught up in the party atmosphere, Amelia ends up joining her friends in making fun of Fiona, calling her weird. Meanwhile, Amelia's mature way of speaking, a result of her experiences as a 40-year-old, makes her quite popular among her college peers. They are unaware of her unique situation. This newfound popularity keeps her so busy that she doesn't find time to reconnect with Fiona, who is actually hoping to become friends again. As the party continues, Amelia finds joy in being around her friends, something she missed deeply due to her loneliness before the time travel. As the evening winds down, Amelia and Max share a private moment. Remembering her solitary future, Amelia decides to change her fate by suggesting to Max that they get married and settle down. However, Max, still just a teenager, is startled by the sudden serious turn of their relationship. He admits he's not ready for such a commitment. Feeling overwhelmed, Max decides to end the relationship and walks away, leaving Amelia to grapple with the repercussions of her actions and the challenge of navigating her young life with the mindset of her 40-year-old self. Amelia is heartbroken after Max leaves her, and she spends the night drinking, eventually falling asleep on the couch. The next morning, she wakes up to a surprising situation. She's back in her bed, and it's her 18th birthday again, with her parents coming in to celebrate as if nothing unusual had happened. Amelia realizes she's caught in a time loop, reliving the same day repeatedly, though she's the only one aware of it. To everyone else, it's a brand new day. At first, Amelia tries to enjoy the fact that she can do anything she wants without long-term consequences, knowing the day will just reset. However, as the loop continues, her initial delight turns into despair. She starts to feel trapped, living the same day over and over, and she yearns to break free and return to a normal life. In her desperation, Amelia attempts to explain the situation to her best friend Mao, hoping she might understand and help. Unfortunately, Mao doesn't believe Amelia's story about the time loop at all. As Amelia continues to experience the loop, she begins to suspect that Fiona might be linked to her predicament. She recalls that the day she traveled back in time was also the day she unexpectedly ran into Fiona after many years. In her next loop, Amelia decides to approach Fiona and share her bewildering experience. To her relief, Fiona believes her and even draws a parallel between Amelia's situation and a Hollywood movie where the protagonist is trapped in a similar time loop. That evening, the two watch the movie at Fiona's house, and it gives Amelia a new perspective on her predicament. Inspired by the film's message, she concludes that she might escape the loop by striving to become a better person. Motivated by this revelation, Amelia begins to change her interactions with others, starting with Mao. She treats her friend and everyone else with kindness and respect, hoping that these good deeds will help her break free from the repetitive cycle. Alongside this behavioral shift, Amelia deepens her understanding of Hinduism, the subject of her college presentation. Her increased knowledge and genuine interest help her excel, and she tops the class in the presentation. However, despite her efforts to improve and learn, Amelia finds herself waking up to the same day over and over again. During one of these loops, she discovers that Mao, whom she considered a close friend, has been speaking negatively about her to Max. This revelation stings, especially since Amelia knows from her future memories that Mao and Max will eventually drift away from her after college. Armed with this knowledge, Amelia confronts them directly, airing her grievances openly before decisively walking away from both, determined to focus on her own growth and well-being despite the reset of the day. Amelia comes to the realization that mending her friendship with Fiona might be the key to breaking free from the time loop. With this in mind, she approaches Fiona, offering a heartfelt apology. She admits that in an effort to fit in with other friends, she distanced herself from Fiona, but now she sincerely wants to renew their friendship. Amelia even suggests they celebrate their shared 18th birthday together as a way to reconnect. However, Fiona is hesitant. After years of estrangement, she is wary of Amelia's sudden change of heart and is not ready to instantly revert to their old camaraderie. Fiona declines the offer to celebrate their birthday together and walks away, leaving Amelia disheartened. Returning home in a somber mood, Amelia finds solace in her parents' reassurance. They encourage her not to dwell too heavily on her troubles and remind her that with genuine effort, things can improve. Bolstered by their support, Amelia decides not to give up on her friendship with Fiona. As the loop resets yet again, Amelia heads back to college, determined to change the course of events. She joins the drama class where Fiona is due to perform. This time, instead of joining her peers and leaving the room, Amelia steps onto the stage and calls for everyone's attention. She asks them to stay, aiming to support Fiona publicly and show her commitment to their renewed friendship. On stage, Amelia learns that Fiona had planned to dedicate her song to her, a gesture meant to rekindle their friendship. This revelation deeply moves Amelia, and at the party that evening, she makes another heartfelt plea to Fiona. She suggests they revisit the hills to unearth the box where they buried their childhood wishes, hoping it would help bridge the gap between them. Despite Amelia's emotional appeal, Fiona remains reluctant and ultimately leaves the party alone. Disheartened but not defeated, Amelia decides to go to the hills by herself. There, she digs up the box and opens it to find her own wish, a simple hope that she would grow up to be a good person. Curiosity and a sense of urgency push her to look at Fiona's letter, despite her absence. Just as she unfolds the paper, Fiona arrives, trying to stop her from reading it. Amelia, driven by a need to understand and fix the past, reads the letter anyway. Fiona's words reveal her deep loneliness and her value of Amelia as her only true friend. She had hoped Amelia would always be there to support her, but instead Amelia had pushed her away, influenced by new friends and a desire to fit in. This painful truth hits Amelia hard. She realizes that her time-traveling ordeal was meant to correct this very mistake, abandoning Fiona when she needed her most. Confronted with the consequences of her past actions, Amelia now sees the opportunity her strange journey through time has granted her, a chance to make amends and restore a friendship that was once her most cherished. In a dramatic turn of events, after reading Fiona's letter, Fiona becomes upset and runs off. Amelia chases after her, hoping to reconcile, but as she reaches the middle of the road, history repeats itself. A truck hits her. When Amelia regains consciousness, she finds herself back in 2023, her present year, as a 40-year-old woman. Shockingly, she discovers that the person who initially hit her with the truck was Max, her college boyfriend. Reunited under these bizarre circumstances, Amelia and Max are surprised but happy to see each other after so many years. Amelia, seizing the moment, asks Max to drive her to Fiona's house, as she wants to apologize and mend their friendship. During the ride, Amelia shares her surreal experience of living in the past, and Max reveals that he has always missed her. Encouraged by their renewed connection, Amelia suggests they could start dating again. Upon arriving at Fiona's house, Amelia finds her celebrating her 40th birthday. Fiona has become a celebrity, surrounded by numerous friends and admirers. Witnessing this, Amelia feels out of place and unworthy of rekindling their friendship. She leaves the party heartbroken, feeling disconnected from Fiona's new life. Determined to improve her own circumstances, Amelia returns to her previous job, asking the shop owner if she can work again. To her relief, she is rehired. Grateful for her parents' constant support throughout her life's ups and downs, Amelia thanks them sincerely. Later, while walking on the hills, a familiar face appears, Fiona. She has been searching for Amelia, ready to forgive and move forward. Their friendship, once lost, begins to bloom again, marking a new chapter in both their lives. This story concludes with a message of forgiveness, the power of second chances, and the enduring strength of friendship. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let us know your thoughts in the comment box below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more stories like this. Thank you for watching.